Hi everyone, this is Urvil Kenya, one of the TAs for Introduction to Deep Learning this semester. Welcome to Recitation 0I. This is the last recitation in the Recitation 0 series. And today me and Brad will be taking you through a non-technical but a fairly important topic, that is what to do if you're struggling in this course. For simplicity's sake, we have divided this into three main topics. The first one being what to do if you're struggling with lectures or quizzes. The second, what to do if you're struggling with homeworks. And the third, what to do if you're overwhelmed in general by this course or by your coursework at CMU. The first one, struggling with lectures or quizzes. The most important thing that you can do at this point is to rewatch the lectures or recitations on content that you're not understanding. All of the lecture recordings and the recitation recordings will be uploaded, and those recordings will be shared with you. So you can go over them as many times as you feel like. The second important thing that you can do is read over Piazza posts or questions on corresponding lectures and quizzes. So each lecture and quiz will have its corresponding Piazza thread, where all questions regarding that particular topic need to be asked. So you can just go through questions that are already asked on that thread by your fellow classmates, and that actually turns out to be quite useful in most cases. The next thing that you can do is just use Google and try to search the answer for the question that you have, or review the notes in the textbook. The textbook is given on the course page, and I hope all of you guys have been through the course page at this point. The next is, if you don't find the answers that you're looking for and you don't see any relevant questions on the Piazza threads, then you can yourself ask questions on that particular thread. And if you need clarification on what the question is asking in any of the quizzes, then you can discuss with your study group. We encourage collaboration with your study group, but wherever collaboration comes in, there is also a question of cheating. So for that, please read the syllabus for the collaboration policies, and more importantly, read post number 18 on Piazza, where Professor Raj has clearly outlined what we consider collaboration and what we consider cheating. The next is attend office hours. So all TAs will have 2 to 3 office hours every week, and will ensure that every day there are sufficient office hours for you to get your answers. The next thing that you can do is reach out to your study group mentors. Hopefully all of you guys have seen the post that you have to create your own study groups of 3 to 5 people, where the recommended study group strength is 4. And each of those study groups will be assigned a mentor TA. So you can reach out to your study group mentor for more assistance, or you can contact any of the other TAs or Professor Raj himself for individualized assistance, and we'll always do our best to help you. The next topic that we'll cover is what to do if you're struggling with homeworks. So this course typically has 4 to 5 homeworks depending on which section you're enrolled in. And each of these homeworks is fairly complex. So there might be a lot of instances that you spend a lot of time and you're not able to get the answers. At that point, one of the things I would suggest is just taking a break. Just step away from your laptop, go for a run, go have coffee, come back with a fresh mind and just attempt it again. One of the most important advices that I can give you as a student, and also being a TA last semester, is that start the homework early. I really cannot emphasize this enough, because there is a very, very high correlation between the people who finish homeworks on time and people who start the homeworks early, and an even higher correlation between people who do well in this course and people who start homework early. And just as a warning, it is very unlikely that you will finish the homework in time with great grades, even if you start 1.5 weeks before the deadline. And mind you, each homework you have 3 to 4 weeks to complete each of the homeworks. The next is, each homework will have 2 sections, part 1 and part 2, and each of them will have a write-up. So we expect you to go through the write-up thoroughly. And in most cases, you'll find that the answers that you're looking for are already present in the write-up. And we would also suggest you to watch the homework boot camps and the lectures and recitations on the content that you're not understanding. Each of the homeworks will have a separate boot camp where we'll go over the main topics discussed in that homework and how you can approach that homework. The next is read Piazza questions that are already asked on the corresponding homework thread, as well as ask Piazza questions if you don't find the answers. And you can also make a private post on Piazza if necessary. So private posts are generally made when you are sharing a snippet of your code or you have a very specific query. Then you can make a private post and just share it with the instructors. And also for the part twos, the model suggestions from TAs can be really, really helpful because we have ourselves explored the hyperparameters and we have helped a lot of students in exploring these hyperparameters. So we know what works and what does not work generally. The next and the most important is that we want you to collaborate with your study group. Again, you can read the syllabus for collaboration policies and post number 18 on Piazza for specifics. But we do encourage having small mini hackathon sessions for every homework with your study group so that all of you guys can solve the homework together. And in that way, you can learn a lot from each other. The next is if you guys are still stuck somewhere with the homeworks and even your study group mates are not able to figure out the solution, then you can attend office hours. And in the office hours, you can ask the TAs to go through your code for some help debugging and general questions regarding the homework, and we'll do our absolute best to solve your questions during the office hours. Now, this next point is specifically for the part twos. So for the part twos, if the performance is not reaching the baseline after significant attempts, that is, you've already put 10 to 15 hours of work into the part two for any homework, and you're not able to reach the baseline, then please contact the TAs for individualized assistance. Please contact your study group mentors, or you can also contact Professor Raj via email or Piazza for individualized assistance. Please remember, whether it be lectures, quizzes, or homeworks, Professor Raj and the TAs are always there to help you. And we want to make sure that you have the best experience during this course. Next, Brad will be covering the part on what you can do if you're overwhelmed in general, and he'll be taking you through a lot of useful resources that CMU has that can help you in such situations. So over to you, Brad.
Hi, everyone. Now we're going to talk about what to do if you're overwhelmed in general. This is, first of all, extremely normal. This is a really difficult class. So even most of us who have been TAs in this class were pretty overwhelmed. The first thing I would recommend, take a deep breath. It's going to be okay. You're going to make it. One of the newer things to this course this semester is the collaboration policy. Use your groups. They're going to help you get through it, and use your mentor for your groups. Together, you can relieve a lot of the stress and make your class a lot easier on yourself. Don't be the hero who has to overwhelm themselves and end up breaking yourself. The whole point of this class is to learn. There's no learning just from suffering. If you're still struggling, feel free to go one-on-one to your group mentor, and they're not going to judge you. They struggled. Trust me, they all struggled. I struggled. If you're not getting enough from that, talk to Professor Raj. He's extremely accommodating and understanding. I know everyone says that, and it drives me crazy to hear, but he is actually accommodating and understanding. So believe it and use him as a resource. And you can text into the Carnegie Mellon resource of Lean on Me. And if things get really bad, and this is beyond just the class, because obviously we can't control what's going on in your life, Carnegie Mellon has some great resources through the CAPS program. And then I listed numbers there for an emergency. I recommend you save this slide in case any of these resources come up. Here's kind of a timeline of what steps to follow at what level of overwhelm, because I know we're all going to get a little overwhelmed at some point. And that's okay. Can't emphasize that enough. It's okay to be overwhelmed. It's through that process that we start to learn. So reach out to your mentors, reach out on Piazza, reach out to office hours, and use the resources you have. Don't suffer in silence. I can't say it enough. You all have a great semester, and I look forward to working with you.